Alrighty, y'all, we are once again here, graced in the present moment, connected by this video. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're old. I don't know what else to say other than we're playing Sudoku again, baby. But this time we've got 3, 2, 1, go. The Sudoku book from work, the one that started it all. If you saw my first Sudoku puzzle book video, you know that I started. Oh, that's my pen. That's my special unicorn pen that I used to use at work. And obviously I think it's very fitting that I use that pen to fill the Sudoku puzzle that I started at work. I'm not making any sense. It's almost 2:30 in the morning. But anyway, this is the book that started it all. I'm going to do a little bit of a flip through before we get started. But if you saw my old video, if you saw my first video, my first Sudoku video, you know that I used to hate Sudoku. I used to just not understand it. I'd be deterred by it. I didn't do any of these, by the way. I'd be deterred by it. And it wasn't until I started working again. I mean, you saw the video, right? You saw the video, so you know what I'm talking about. You know that it was at work, that the badass Brenda, shout out to Brenda, who we love. We love Brenda in this house. Okay. I'll be filling up some of those. Some of those have some mistakes. They're from when I started. Oh, that was me. She has beauty marks. Whew. Yes, she does. And that blue one is actually the first one, the first ink puzzle that I filled up. I don't know if y'all drink Bud Light, by the way, but it's best enjoyed with friends. I'm not sure if you knew that. I don't drink Bud Light. I am more of a Guinness kind of guy, more of a stout beer man myself. But we've got my lovely unicorn pen. And wait, she has a surprise. It's gonna, yeah, there we go. It's gonna start flashing there. I'm gonna put a warning on the screen, don't worry. So this particular Sudoku puzzle book is, I don't know if it's meant to be difficult, but it's kind of, I want to say intermediary compared to the one that I'm filling up now, that I filled up in the last video. It's a little harder, but then again, the one that I'm filling up now is kind of like in the second level of difficulty, so it's not really that hard to begin with. This one I feel like is just much more. If it looks like I'm giving up, I promise I'm not. I'm just in a very weird position during this video. I'm on my knees. Gasp. I know it's not really a new position for me, but I'm on my knees right at my bed with a tripod right between my damn arms. So I'm kind of serpentining myself, interweaving myself like a vine through this obstacle. And so I'm hoping it looks okay. I do get interrupted at some point during this video, because when don't I? And it kind of knocks me off, knocks my concentration off, and I make a mistake. But you know what? That is the beauty of Sudoku, and that's the beauty of life, really. We make mistakes, and you know, we do our thing, BB. We do our thing. And that's the power of the unicorn pen. I forgot if it had a name or not. I know that one of my lovely fellow servers, she really wanted to whack one of our managers on the head with it and see if it lit up, which is kind of funny. A little mean, but everything's a little mean, really. So I'm blanking out. I have nothing to talk about. It's 2:30 in the morning, 2:24. And okay, so this is really funny. Right now that I'm recording this, I have Perry sleeping on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. I'm not sure if you noticed, if he's there, but he's there. And as I'm recording this, have Perry sleeping right next to me, almost in the same position, not just, like in his position, but I think he's even facing in the same direction as he is in the video. Wow, he definitely has his favorite sleeping position. It's very cute. So, yeah, this one actually is a little bit more tricky. It's a little bit more difficult. And looking at the time of this video, it really takes up some time for me to fill this up. And I was in a bit of a hurry because this is actually the third video that I filmed in a row. The first one was the journal tour, the folder, the red folder. The second one was the book, the self-published book that I flipped through. I recorded that one immediately after, and then I recorded this one. I thought, you know what? Let me do bam, bam, bam. 3 in a row. And you know why? Because I got myself a gaming PC for video editing, and that's arriving. Okay, it's supposed to arrive today, like tomorrow, today being the 26th of August. But UPS is saying that it's arriving 1 business day late. So I'm like, why, if it's already literally in my city? Like, the tracking says it arrived yesterday. So why can't it just come out today if it's already bringing something else? UPS, listen. We need to save the USPS, okay? Can we all unanimously agree that we need the USPS? Okay, we need this in our lives. And not just us. The United States needs the USPS. It is our right to have the USPS. It's our, because then we have privatized shipping companies. We have privatized mail. And once that happens, honey, it's yet another business. The USPS is a federal service. It's a service. Anybody who tells you, which by the way, I sent a petition to my representative, and this bastard had the fucking audacity to send back an automatic email response. I'm assuming it's automatic because it just feels automatic, right? Let me go ahead and look this thing up because I got real mad. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I'm actually going to go ahead and read it. We have time. I don't solve this thing for another 10 minutes. Okay, RE support the USPS. Literally all I did was had resist bot send a fucking automatic email. And this is the response that I get. Congress of the United States, House of Representatives, yada, yada, yada. Thank you for contacting me regarding the United States Postal Service, USPS. I always appreciate hearing from constituents back home as it helps me better serve you in the 116th Congress. Okay, weird flex, but okay. The historical significance of the USPS dates back to 1775 when Benjamin Franklin was named the first Postmaster General, PMG. It serves as an independent agency within our government and is not taxpayer funded. Rather, the USPS receives its revenue from postage sales and services. Throughout my time in Congress, I have been a strong supporter of the USPS and the important work that they do. In fact, it may interest you to know that I am a co-sponsor and voted in support of H.R. 2382, the USPS Fairness Act, when it passed the House on February 5, 2020. This bill would repeal the USPS's pre-funding mandate for future retirees' healthcare benefits. Additionally, I am a co-sponsor of H-Res 33, which is against privatization of the USPS, and H-Res 54, which supports 6-day delivery services. That sounds good, right? Up to that point. That being said, it cannot be denied that the USPS has been on a steady path of insolvency throughout the years. Between 2007 and 2018, with the rise of the internet and decline in mail volume, losses at the USPS reached a total of $69 billion. Simultaneously, the Postal Service has had a significant issue with uncontrolled overtime costs. Despite declines in mail volume from 2014 through 2018, the Postal Service of Inspector General reported an increase of $327 million in overtime costs in mail processing and $576 million increase in overtime costs in delivery. During that same time frame, mail processing delays also increased by 43%. In fact, in 2018, USPS's overtime costs took a 49% unplanned increase, amounting to a total of $1.1 billion from the planned amount of $732 million. Okay, so right there, the reason that they're working so fucking much is because they get shit from Amazon. They ship things that are sold online. So, of course, all of these things that, wow, yeah, people are buying online. Gosh, I wonder who the fuck sends this shit all over the goddamn country. Any fucking way, let's continue. That's exactly what I read. While I was unable to be in DC for the vote on H.R. 8015, if I had been present, I would have voted against this bill for many reasons. First, this bill allocates $25 billion to the USPS without a single reform tied to it. As an appropriator, I have serious concerns with giving blank checks to an agency that has been financially troubled for years. It may interest you to know that on March 27, 2020, President Trump signed into law H.R. 748, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security CARES Act, which authorized a $10 billion loan for the USPS. The USPS agreed to terms with the Department of Treasury on July 29th, and to date has not accessed this loan. This is because they currently have $14 billion cash on hand. And, while still financially troubled, will be solvent and operational through August 2021. While I agree that the USPS needs to be on a path of growth, not decline, to allocate billions of dollars without conditions is not only short-sighted, but incredibly reckless. Oh my. I also have concerns with the broad congressional overreach that this bill applies to the day-to-day operations of the USPS. It is important to remember that the USPS is not a federal agency. Rather, it is an independent one, and it needs to be treated as such. I'm sorry. Pause that real quick. The USPS is not a federal agency. Pardon? Whomst the fuck? I'm sorry. It's in the Constitution. I'm appalled. I am appalled. Appalled. Anyway, let's keep playing the video and go. Wow. If signed into law, this bill would prohibit the PMG from enacting any changes to USPS operations prior to what was in place in January 2020. This could potentially impact actions that the USPS has taken to protect against the spread COVID-19. Against the spread COVID-19. I didn't read that wrong. Including necessary sanitation measures such as the temporary closures of plants or offices for cleaning due to an employee testing positive for COVID-19. This bill also prevents the PMG from relocating mailboxes or mail sorting machines from locations where mail has declined and to those where there is a greater need. In fact, this relocation of mailboxes is considered a standard practice, and it may interest you to know that a 2017 report by the USPS OIG indicated that during a large portion of the Obama administration, from 2012 to 2017, 14,000 underused mailboxes were removed. Thanks for shifting the blame, you fucking tard. I understand your concerns regarding the need for safe and accurate handling of mail, especially ballots during this election year. While my colleagues on the other side of the aisle have stated that the Postal Service will be unable to handle the volume of mail-in ballots, I disagree with this assumption. I believe that the Postal Service can manage a minor increase in mail volume by their current performative figures, which indicate that in 2019, the USPS handled an average of 471 million pieces of mail daily. True. In fact, if we assume that every registered American votes by mail, roughly 158 million citizens, the total possible volume of requested and mailed-in ballots, 316 million, would not exceed a typical day of total USPS mail volume. Well, thank you for speaking some fucking sense. I strongly believe in the USPS, and I understand the need to protect this institution. However, completely tying the hands of the Postal Service while providing a massive, unrestricted bailout is not the solution. I welcome the opportunity to work with my colleagues across the aisle on a bipartisan, common-sense solution to address solvency issues at the USPS while putting them on a path of prosperity, ensuring that they remain a staple of our nation for years to come. Again, thank you for contacting me. Please do not hesitate to do so in the future should you have any other questions or concerns. I encourage you to sign up for my e-newsletter by visiting my website at www.mariodiazbalart.house.gov to receive regular updates. You can also click on the links below to follow me on Twitter, visit my Facebook page, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos, hit the bell notification. Okay, he didn't write that much, but he finished it with subscribe to my YouTube channel, which honestly is same. Oh my god, look at that, I finished. I finished that puzzle. I planned on doing 2 puzzles, but I had to go. I had plans after this. Anyway, I was pissed off after reading that, and I actually skimmed it, and I was like, fuck this guy. Literally, like what was that? Anyway, thanks for watching. It's 2:38 at the time of recording this, so I don't know where this was even going, but honestly, this was a 17-minute long regular video, so I had to find some way of filling time, and I was honestly kind of really mad about the USPS to begin with. You know what's going on with the USPS. So anyway, my throat is about as dry as a bucket of sand, so I'm gonna go ahead and drink some water. Subscribe if you want, like the video if you want, do what you want, hit the bell notification, drink some water, hydrate thyself, love thyself, and save the USPS. Hopefully in the future, all of this going on right now is extremely dated, and people in the future are watching this and thinking, what's the USPS? I'm kidding, God. Hopefully they're watching in the future and saying, of course we still have the USPS. My God. Of course, that's considering if capitalism isn't entirely eradicated and the United States still exists. Bye.